This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening. I am Steve Knight, Chair of the Rhome Planning and Zoning Commission. It is 6 p.m. on Monday, August 2nd, 2021. I will call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Rhome Planning and Zoning Commission to order. This meeting is being conducted via video and telephone conference per the governor's office. I will now call roll to establish our quorum. If you would just say here or not. Commissioner Steve Knight, here. Commissioner Thomas Cannon.
Here.
Commissioner Christy Naren is.
Sir, she is. She did email us earlier today that she had a work conflict, but she was going to try to get on, and so I'll be watching to see if she links in. And then also, she did say in her email this morning that she is in favor of the rezoning item.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. Commissioner Christy King.
Here.
And Commissioner Sarah Hawes.
Here.
We do have a quorum. We'll move on to public presentations. The commission is not permitted to take action on or discuss any presentations made to the commission at this time concerning an item not listed on the agenda. The commission will hear comments on specific agenda items during this designated time. Shannon, do we have any public speakers?
No, sir. We only have a public hearing reply form.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on to our regular agenda item A, which is oath of offices to reappointed and newly appointed commissioners. I'll turn that over to you, Shannon.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Cannon, did you receive my email earlier today?
Yes, I did.
Okay, are you ready to go ahead and read your oath?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand.
Okay, I, Thomas Cannon, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commissioner, City of Rome, State of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the law of the United States and of the state of Texas, or the state, so help me God.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Hawes, are you ready to do your oath?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand.
All right. Right hand. Okay. I, Sarah Hawes, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commissioner, City of Rome of the State of Texas, and will do the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of the state. So help me God.
Thank you, ma'am. Chair Knight, it doesn't look like our newly appointed alternate, Gary Walker, is here, so we'll have to move his to the next meeting that he's available.
Okay, we can do that. We'll move on to our regular agenda item B, discussion and any necessary action regarding the selection of chair and vice chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission. We took action on this back in December, if you remember, of 2020. But to get us back on a regularly schedule per our city secretary, we need to address this again tonight. I would like to say that I would like to continue as chair and for Tom Cannon to remain as my co-chair. I will open the discussion, though, for any and all comments and other nominations. Thank you.
I nominate Tom to remain as co-chair and Steve as chair.
I have a nomination, or I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you very much. We'll call a roll to finish this. Commissioner Steve Knight, aye. Commissioner Thomas Cannon,
Aye.
Commissioner Christy King,
Aye.
Commissioner Sarah Hawes.
Aye.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. We'll move on to agenda item C, our minutes, discussion and any necessary action regarding the minutes of June 7th, 2021, Planning and Zoning Commission regular session meeting. Has anyone had a chance to look those over and see anything that needs corrected? Then I'll go ahead and make a motion that we accept those minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Tom. We'll move down and do another roll call vote. Commissioner Steve Knight, yes. Commissioner Thomas Cannon,
Yes.
Commissioner Christy King,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarah Hawes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. It is 6:06 p.m. on Monday, August 2nd, 2021. I will open the public hearing on agenda item D, Rhome Planning and Zoning Commission to conduct a public hearing to consider a request for a change in zoning of 2 tracts of land to planned development. Number 1, tract 1, legal description being acres 3.600, abstract A 634, MEP and PRR, and is located on the southeast corner of US Highway 287 northbound Service Road and BC Rome, just west of Taco Casa, located at 201 School Road, Rome, Texas 76078. The current zoning is agricultural. Number 2, tract 2, legal description being legal acres 1.253, lot 1, block 1, subdivision Taco Casa Rome addition, abstract A634, MEP and PRR, and is located on the southeast corner of US Highway 287 northbound Service Road and BC Rome, just west of Taco Casa, located at 201 School Road, Rome, Texas 76078. The current zoning is retail. At this time, anyone wishing to make a public comment, when our city secretary, Shannon Montgomery, recognizes you, to please state your name and residence and provide relevant factual information which is pertinent to this application. And please limit all comments to 3 minutes for the purpose of maintaining the fluency of this meeting. Do we have the applicant present, and would they like to make a short statement at this time?
They will be making a short presentation during the regular agenda item, Chair Knight.
Very good, thank you. Shannon, I'll turn this over to you for our first speaker if we have any.
We have received 1 public hearing notification response, and it was from William Reed. And I believe he owns the Taco Casa, and he is in favor of the proposed request. And that is all I've received, and nobody has signed up to speak.
Well, this is going to be quick then. I'll ask for a motion then. We can close our public hearing. Do I have a motion?
I don't believe we need a motion to close the public
We
hearing.
don't need a motion to close? Okay.
No.
Well, then I'll just announce that it is 6:08. We will close the public hearing and move on to regular agenda item E. Discussion and any necessary action considering a recommendation to council, a request for a change in zoning of 2 tracts of land to planned development. And I'll say it's 1 and 2 again. Is that sufficient?
Yes, sir. And I do want to mention that Christy Nearen has logged in.
Oh, okay. Welcome, Christy.
Hello, I'm just not sure. I'm listening. I'm hearing. I'm not sure how long I can do this,
Okay.
but I'm here.
Okay. Well, we are in our portion of this hearing,
Okay.
or this agenda. And at this time, I'd like to turn to Cynthia Northrup for staff recommendations and background on this.
Okay, thank you, Chair Knight. Well, I know you guys got a pretty thick packet on this tonight. So I just wanted to walk you through a few things, really highlight a few things. I mean, the issue before you here tonight is really rezoning these 2 tracts. One of these tracts is currently inside the city limits and is zoned retail. And the proposal is to zone both of these tracts into planned development tract. That's an easy one. The other one is outside the city limits right now. So just as a reminder, the council will be taking action on the actual annexation of this property on August 12th. And they will hold a public hearing for that, and then they will consider the zoning after the annexation public hearing. So even though the annexation isn't actually before you tonight, I just wanted you to be aware that when an annexation occurs, it comes into the city by default as agricultural. And so the item before you tonight is contingent upon the annexation going forward at the council meeting on August 12th. You are saying if you will take that agricultural into a planned development. This will be, both of those tracks will be a planned development. As a reminder, the planned development is a zoning ordinance in and of itself. So everything that's in our ordinance are this like a smorgasbord or a cafeteria plan, right? You're going to say it's this, it's this, it's this, and this is everything we want to include into this planned development ordinance. And you have that ordinance before you, keeping in mind that the base zoning, it will all be based on the base zoning of a retail district. So I'll go through that in a second here on what some of that is. But so tonight, while you guys are not hearing the annexation public hearing that will be on council, you're basing your recommendation contingent upon that annexation passing at the council level. So I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. So, I mean, really the benefits to the city, if this were not being annexed into the city, there could be any number of uses for this property on the corner of the southeast corner of the northbound service road of 287 that you would not have control of, number one. Number two, that would not be coming on onto the city of Rhome's tax roll. So that's really kind of the benefit tonight, is this is all going to be coming onto the city's tax roll. It does comply if, you know, everything we want to kind of look at the comprehensive development plan as our Bible, and the future land use plan within the comprehensive development plan is in conformance. This is in conformance with that plan CDA. So I want you to be aware of that. As additionally, we have been meeting with QT representatives for several months now, going through the details of all of this. You have the detailed site plan before you now, and it is in conformance with our ordinances. Staff has reviewed all aspects of it and confirms that it's in general conformance with our ordinances, as you see. So right now, what you see is the site plan itself. And then this is the actual, and I'm going to blow this up here. This is the actual landscape plan that they are required to submit with the site plan. So you can see what that looks like. And then on the, I'm going to pull one other document up. This is the signage plan. So on this, what you see before you is where their signs will be located on the property. So you see Exhibit A, Exhibit B, D, and C. On the right, you see the northbound service road of US 280. On the bottom of the screen, you see 114 and/or BC Rhome. So north is actually at the bottom, and then south is at the top. So you see that, and I can show you actually, this is conceptually some of the signs that it denotes on that site plan. There's B, I mean, in F and G, so they point out all of those that are on the building. What you see here is the main lanes, I guess the cars that you and I drive. gas bays there. And this is the trucking lanes here that you see and where those are located at. And they give, you have all this in your packet, so I'm probably not going to continue to go through all of those. I'll just take it back to the basic landscaping plan. I did want to just briefly run through, again, the base zoning is retail. So on page 3 of your packet, you can see some of the specifics that are required in the detailed site plan, that they have met the area requirements for the yard setbacks, the lighting requirements. They have those included in your packet, the landscaping requirements, the signage requirements. Those are all specifically listed within this ordinance that you see before you. I did want to turn it over to, let me stop sharing my screen. We do have some representatives here with Quick Trip. Craig Honeywell, we have been working with him and Tom Edwards, a couple of others on their team as well. And I'm going to make, Craig, I'm going to make you the presenter. So you can share the little short little PowerPoint that you have created to give a little bit more information about Quick Trip. You should have control of the screen now. There you go. And can you all see that on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, Craig, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Cynthia. And I want to thank everybody for their time this evening and letting us work through this diligently with Cynthia to get everything set up to get the best product to move forward with. I'll keep this pretty short. I'm fairly confident that everyone should be familiar with Quick Trip and what we are as a company. And I know we have a couple facilities there close to you guys, the one just north in Decatur, and then there's one a little further south on 287 in the city of Fort Worth. But I do have some information here, and we wanted to be here to be able to answer any questions you guys might have about this specific project or our company in general. Here's a slide with a little bit about us. I won't go into too much on this. One of the key things I really have enjoyed about Quick Trip is we do contribute 5% of our profits to charitable organizations within the communities we operate. At corporate-wide, we also do drives where we'll go out inside the community at certain times and really kind of be the front line. The Folds of Honor, Safe Place, United Way, those are just some of the ones that we partner with regularly. And then I've got a little bit of a slide here, again, mostly just for answering questions about some of the opportunities that we do provide, promotions from within, and 401k, fair pay, everything that goes along with that. As Cynthia broke down the current situation with the property, on the eastern portion, it's undeveloped right next to the Taco Casa and is currently zoned retail. The western portion is the larger tract. It is currently a vacant house and part of the county, which, as Cynthia mentioned, would require annexation and would come in as a basis zoning of agricultural. Overall, most of the site is completely undeveloped, and one of the larger issues with the site is there's a large topography change across the site, going downhill from east to west. Here's an aerial of the site. Oh, go back one. Here's an aerial of the site. You can see the Taco Casa portion here is the mode portion, and then the larger parcel on the left side along the frontage road of 287 with the vacant house. From the intersection of 114 and 287, you can kind of see the topography change and the current state of this site. And then we've done a presentation to kind of show you what it would look like ultimately once we're developed. There are a few tweaks that we have gone through since this presentation request, but it is very, very unnoticeable of a difference. Again, this is something we put together to give you a general idea of what the facility will look like once completed. And as Cynthia showed, here's our main site plan. Again, our building would be facing the frontage of 287. We would have the auto canopy along the frontage of 114 and the trucks on the south side of our site along the frontage of 287. And we would have a tied and connected driveway with the Taco Casa and shared access with them. On the landscape plan, again, as Cynthia noted, this is already tied in with part of the PD, and we have all the frontage trees along Highway 287 as well as the frontage trees going along 114 and the screening along the parking on the frontage road 287. As far as the building goes, it is very, very similar. It's just a newer generation, the same basic footprint as our store up in Decatur, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. Here's just the typical elevations of what this site will look like, what this building would look like with the signage and where the doors are, orientations, and everything else. Inside, we would have a full-scale kitchen just like we do in the Decatur store. And currently, we're remodeling a lot of our current stores. We're in the middle of remodeling every store across our entire corporate, all of our older stores nationwide to offer an expanded kitchen menu. So we won't have just like the general roller grills available like some of the other stores or some of our older stores. And we won't just have the pizza and everything. We'll actually have tacos available, barbecue sandwiches available at this location. It will come in with our expanded kitchen, an expanded offer. When I worked in the stores, we got the smaller kitchen and we got the pizzas, and I was hooked on those. But the tacos and the barbecue sandwiches, we had them in Tulsa when I was still up there, and coming down here, I was happy to have them back. They got put into the store right next to our office just not that long ago. But here's a little example of just the food offer. And again, we do have stuff for grab and go, and then we have the custom menu where you can get the toppings and everything exactly how you want. But other than that, we mostly wanted to be here to answer your guys' questions and give you a little bit of insight about us in this project. So we are just asking for a recommendation of approval for the PD as Cynthia outlined.
Okay, thank you for that, Craig. Commissioners, Chair Knight, we do have Carvin here. I thought James was going to be here. However, there was just some miscommunication there. So we do have Carvin here. If you have any questions at all, or if you have any, I'll be happy to answer any questions as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Cynthia. And thank you, Craig. It was very nice interaction there. Any recommendation that we make tonight to City Council is only contingent, I guess, on several aspects coming together for the applicant. It is our responsibility to make a majority recommendation to City Council on what we see best for the city of Rome. And what our mission here is strictly the zoning question, changing the zoning from agricultural once that tract of land is brought into the city through annexation, from agricultural to planned development, and then changing the existing tract of land which is in the city from retail to that planned development. So that's really all we're here to be concerned about at this time. Any comments from anybody? Comments or questions? Everybody's good there? Then I would like to make a motion to recommend to City Council approval of this zoning request to PD contingent upon annexation of Tract 1. Do I have a second? Got a second from Tom. We'll run a roll call here. Commissioner Steve Knight, yes. Commissioner Thomas Cannon.
Yes.
Commissioner Christy Narron.
Yes.
Commissioner Christy King.
Yes.
And Commissioner Sarah Hawes.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you all very much. With that, we will move on. We will move on to our regular agenda new business item F, discussion, and any necessary action regarding rescheduling the regularly scheduled Monday, September 6th, 2021 meeting to Monday, September 13th, 2021, as City Hall is closed September 6th, 2021 in observance of Labor Day. Do I have a motion to move that?
I'll make that motion.
Tom? Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll run down the roll call one more time here. Commissioner Steve Knight, yes. Commissioner Thomas Cannon,
Yes.
Commissioner Christy Narron,
Yes.
Commissioner Christy King,
Yes.
and Commissioner Sarah Haas.
Yes.
Motion passes. Any future agenda items? No future agenda items, then I'll entertain our motion to adjourn. I'll make that motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second from Sarah, thank you. One more time here. Steve Knight, yes. Commissioner Thomas Cannon,
Yes.
Commissioner Christy Narron,
Yes.
Commissioner Christy King,
Yes.
and Commissioner Sarah Haas.
Yes.
We are adjourned. It is 6:25. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you all very much.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Hmm?